I hope this really helps somebody today. That is my grandma's book. It's called Irma's Legacy. And she wrote it about 10 or 15 years, I think, before she passed away. My grandma was an incredible lady. Everywhere she went, she was just brought so much joy and so much light and so much hope. She was always positive, never down, never discouraged, it seemed, in all the years that I knew her. And, you know, it's interesting because she had a pretty rough go in life. You know, she was born in Poland during World War II. She was a teenager in Poland and obviously they had to flee the country. Her father was killed in the war. And then she actually, as a teenager, when they were trying to flee Poland, was separated from her family, the rest of her family, for like 7 months. Can you imagine what that'd be like in a war, separated by family? There's no cell phones or anything. She ended up, fortunately, getting hooked up with a family friend and was able to stay with that family friend. But, you know, lots of perilous times, and then eventually moved to Canada, where she married my grandpa and started a farm. And of course, you can imagine all the challenges that went along with starting a farm and trying to build that business and build a family, and all back in the day when it was a lot harder than it is now. One thing that was amazing about my grandma, again, that she never was discouraged. She always was so hopeful and hope-filled. You know, one time I remember I was going to pick her up for a Michael W. Smith concert that was happening at our church. And on the way there, I was having my own, you know, mulling over some of my own problems, my own challenges, and kind of feeling a little bit discouraged and kind of down about what I was dealing with and what I was facing. But when I went to pick up my grandma, who was, I think, in her 80s at this time, and actually dealing with some like pretty serious eye problems and, you know, challenges that come sometimes with old age. When I went to pick her up, you know, she gets in the car and she says, "I'm invigorated by my life. I cannot believe I get to go to a Michael W. Smith concert." And she was just so happy and so pumped to be able to do that, and so thankful. And I think that is such a huge key. Her perspective, it was, and this never clicked for me when I was young, but her perspective was always on God is faithful. God will take care of things. You know, I can be joyful. I can be happy. There's always something to be thankful for. I don't need to complain. And so I just, you know, that's the thing, just the reframe of like, what can we be thankful for right now? You know, what good things are happening, instead of focusing on like the small, maybe temporary challenges we're facing. So hopefully that helps somebody today.